Good morning. Happy Thursday. Good morning, trenches. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far and a great trading session. We took one trade today. It's been very choppy. That was this counter trend divergence here. I'm pretty sure this was valid. I just wasn't paying attention. I got so bored. I started getting distracted and looking at my phone. And then when I looked up, that trade happened. This one, I actually was pretty confident in. You could see it still went where I wanted it to, but this was a pretty big pullback first. Only thing I can think of is with that particular volume and order flow pattern, I might have to make sure there's a level attached to that because it was a trap of the sellers. So I think based on that volume pattern, I might need to make sure that it's attached to some kind of level to support it. But I don't know. Because so far it's only set up 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the last 21, 22 trading days. And the 2 times it had a level attached, it was a win and a break even. And then the times there was no level attached, now there's a loss. This is the first loss though, so there's a loss and then break evens. So probably just need a level attached, which is fine, and it kind of makes sense from a price action perspective. So but yeah, literally nothing. All morning, every time the bias changed, we would just literally consolidate there, drop, consolidate, go up. That's all it's been doing all morning. Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, Oladepo? Depo? Yes, I only trade in Q. I've been that person that traded a whole bunch of different stuff, but for me, it makes no sense. I feel like if I can master a strategy on the most volatile instrument during the most volatile hours of the market being open, I don't have a reason to trade anything else. That's just my thought process. So I just feel like if this is moving like this, I don't even want to see what other markets are moving like, you know. But that's just my thought process. So gotta break even because the middle VWAP is there. It's probably gonna stop me out. Oh, we might push through. Nope. I took it. Stop me out, then push straight on through it. Just call you Ola. That works for me. That absolutely works for me. But yeah, I used to trade. I'll tell you all the instruments I used to trade. I used to trade gold, Nasdaq. Actually, the Nasdaq was my last instrument I ever traded. That was, yeah, I used to trade everything else. But yeah, gold, ES, Dow, Russell 2000. I used to love the bonds, especially on my personal account. I used to trade ZB, ZN, TN, and UB and go for 21 ticks on there because 21 ticks is 600 bucks. What else have I traded? I also used to trade Forex and stuff, but as far as futures goes, those are all the ones that I used to trade. And then I added the Nasdaq. And then eventually I was like, what is the point of looking at all these markets if I can master the Nasdaq, I would rather just trade that. If I'm watching paint dry on the Nasdaq, I can't even imagine what ES looks like. And also with me just attempting to only be in the market for an hour and a half each day, I kind of like just looking at one instrument, being able to fully focus on that one instrument. Now, if I was trading for longer time periods, yeah, I wouldn't mind looking at different markets. And that's why I was looking at different markets prior to, because I was trading all day. Oh, yeah, I used to trade crude oil too. Crude oil was actually my favorite. It was. It was. It was. But yeah, I think I just need a level there. I can't find my freaking pen. But aside from that, and this possibly, I'm pretty sure this is a setup. I just don't like this trade when both this reversal bar and this one rotate on the bottom of the zone. I don't like it. But because we rotated on the top of it, I should have taken it. But again, I was distracted. I was bored. I started looking at videos and stuff, and it was that. That was that. Back at the middle VWAP. For payoff from Apex, what happens if I end the day in a loss? It doesn't matter. As long as, good morning, Granny. Um, as long as in those 8 trading days, you have at least 5 days with $50 or more of profit, you're good. You are good to go. So I actually last night was working on, I think I'm gonna record it today. It's gonna be like a Apex 101, like everything you need to know from the eval process all the way up to payouts. And it should not take me longer than, why can't I open this up when I go that way? It shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes. I'm going to try to breeze through it quite quickly, just to make it as easy as possible. Let me see how many slides I have. There's like 15 slides. So I go through and, quickly talk about the eval process, the target drawdown, and then the target to drawdown percentage of each account so that people understand why certain accounts are more valuable than others. And then, quickly, hey, once you pass the eval, don't cancel the eval. The system will update signatures, pay, whatever. Then I show the fees, the PA fees for Rhythmic and Tradeovate, go through the payout structure, the completing the 8 trading days, reach the safety net, and then I show the safety net for each account. Then I talk about the rules. So I go through in very brief detail of the 30% consistency rule, the scaling plan, the 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, the 30% negative P&L rule, and then the consistent contract sizing rule. And what I did is on every single one of them, I even said what your denial will be if you get denied. Like if you break that rule, here's the denial that you're going to see. It's pretty much what I did. 63. And then I went through just, god damn. That's annoying. That changed at the very last second. Oh, there's that. Literally changed at the last second. Oh, okay, cool. It would just be a break even. I feel better. Feel much better. Because missing a full win would not be nice. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, go through, tell you what denial reason you'll get, how to calculate the 30% negative P&L rule. Like I go through everything and it's like super, it should be real quick. Then I just go through like, here's some other general rules. You can DCA, you can news trade, you can flip. One thing that I did notice though, so flipping, and I feel like I've seen somebody get denied for flipping. Okay. And at first I was confused because I'm like, well, they just said that you need 5 days of $50. Um, and the rest could kind of be whatever. So I didn't really understand why they got denied for flipping, but now I do. Because flipping, the flipping rule is redefined now, and I don't know if you guys saw that. Um, you're my biggest fan. Well, thank you. Like the recent crude oil movement cost you $800. I haven't even looked at crude in probably almost a year, I'm not lying. But so flipping before, and I kind of understand why they've redefined it now because of the way that people were taking advantage of it. So flipping before was, hey, I reached the profit target already. Um, the consistency rule I'm fine on, so I'm just gonna quickly open and close a trade real quick. Um, like literally on a micro, quick open and close, and I'm out, and that's it for the day. So now it says flipping is allowed, which is opening and closing quickly within the same day, but closing trades with an S, which lets you know that you cannot just quickly open and close one trade for a micro and keep it moving. Um, when they denied this person for flipping, it specifically says something about the because I think he asked for more context, and they basically told him like you can't flip with a micro when you've been trading minis, like you have to be consistent with your sizing. So more specifically in the flipping rule, it says you must achieve a minimum profit of $50 per day. So now a flip day is considered a day where you make at least $50. If you make less than $50, it's not considered a trading day, is what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like. So yeah, I talk about that too, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get through it pretty quickly. Like I said, I'm probably gonna record it today, maybe probably record it, edit it today, and then I don't know what day I'll upload it, but yeah. Once Nutty Bar had mentioned something about it in a video like a couple days ago, I was like, I think that is a good idea to do that. What was I about to, this market is pretty ass. There's a 5-minute chart. This is when I was looking for buys. We were like trading up here. I was looking for buys, but I could tell that we were not gonna make it past where my minor trend had changed to an uptrend. We just kept rejecting there, and then that's when we had this push down. But this is basically price with no action. That's what I call this. Well, that's what I call this. So until we have like a for real break, I just don't see it happening for me today. Let's see, when should I release the video? Maybe I'll release it tomorrow. Possibly tonight. 2 o'clock. If I can get it done and upload it by 7 o'clock, I'll probably put it out tonight. Who knows? We'll see. It's a whole lot of meh. Very much so. You made green on your funded. Hey, that's all that matters. Because listen, anybody that could be green in this, I commend you. Good morning, Janelle. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. What if losses were made on the day instead of making $50? It still counts as so it still will count as a trading day if you lost for the day. But if you have like negative $1 or something, I don't know if they'll count it. Maybe they'll see it as flipping. I have no idea. Because remember, at one point when they put out the survey months ago, what was that, in June? They were initially saying that in order for a trading day to count, you have to be plus they initially said plus $125 or negative $125, and anything in between was not going to count. But they kind of got rid of the negative or positive, it sounds like. It sounds like it just has to be plus $50. So essentially, if you're a negative for the day, it's still going to count as a trading day. It still should count. Still have some drawdown left in the funded account with Top Step. Is that why they're not canceling it? Tried to lose 300, but winning. Isn't that the worst? That reminds me of when I passed my first eval. Like, I literally am over here full porting a 25K account to fail it, and somehow, some way, I end up passing it. Like, what are you trying to tell me? I should just take the opposite of everything I'm trying to do? Basically. That was insane. Yeah, that is the worst. Like, I don't even want this account anymore. Can you please just blow? Nah, I'm still a Top Step customer. I seen people, and I do want to start putting out videos regarding like updates with pretty much just the prop firms that I trade, unless it's stupid shit like what Danny Trades racist ass did. But aside from that, I don't really want to be like, I don't want to grow my channel just talking about drama. I don't, because I want the focus to be on my journey of developing my strategy and becoming profitable in prop firms. That's what I want it to be. So, you have to be kind of careful, because if you grow your channel based off of a totally, I mean, it's all the same niche, right? But if the basis of the people who are subscribing and watching are watching my short form videos because I'm filled with drama and only talking about drama, well, then I'm not going to have so many people supporting my channel as far as, supporting my journey and stuff like that. So I don't really want to be that person, but there are certain, like, if there's a prop firm that I'm trading with, I don't mind reporting on certain stuff, like, the Top Step changes where it sounds like you're going to be capped on how much you can withdraw per XFA per payout. And it looks like it's going to be a cap of $5,000, a maximum of 10 evals or combines that you can buy on a monthly basis, and then you can only do 2 resets per day. I'm not really mad at it. I guess the only thing that I'm thinking about is like, how does that, I mean, obviously they go through the numbers and they know that it'll positively affect their bottom line. Honestly, what it sounds like to me, when you think about it, the bonds traders and some of these people who just completely churn and burn, they go from company to company. They go rack it up with a company. That company has to change rules. Then once the rules no longer work for what they're doing, they then move to the next company, and they keep just kind of snaking their way through everything. And my thing is, y'all are eventually going to run out of prop firms to do this with, because the only companies you're going to be able to do it with is the brand new companies. So then it's like you're kind of screwing it up for everybody else, and that just kind of sucks. It does. You don't get the notifications. Really? Yeah, I don't know what YouTube be on sometimes. Trauma watches are short term. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I'm like, mm-mm. But yeah, sometimes I just want to like make just the short videos talking about stuff like that, give my opinion on it, and just kind of move on. Not really dwell on it. But yeah, I don't really see the problem in what they're doing, because this is the thing. Most of the people who are buying so many accounts on a monthly basis, who are resetting a trillion times a month, um, and who are going through like so many accounts and maxing contract sizes so that they can get these big payouts consistently. When you think about it, it really is hurting any company's bottom line, right? So I feel like it's probably going to help their bottom line short term and long term, because you're not really affecting the customers like myself. I'm not going to buy no 10 combines in a month. I don't even pay for resets. And then because of the way that I trade as if I'm in a personal account, I'm not going to be risking max contract sizes and running it up so that I can get these $3,000 payouts every week per account. I'm not going to do that, especially not on a 50K. So you're not really affecting me at all. So it sounds like the changes are not going to affect people like myself. It's going to affect the people like Patrick Wheelan. That's just what it sounds like to me, honestly. So I don't really see a change. I don't. But I do think it's funny that so many people who have so many issues with certain Apex rules or other companies who run to certain companies because, oh, this company does this. Then you run over to that company, and guess what? As soon as that company realizes that they're becoming insolvent, if they're not already, they have to make the same exact changes, and people seem to have selective memory. Very much so. I'm ignoring you. I didn't see nothing you said. What did you say? Oh, you ain't even say nothing. The last thing I saw was you say hello. I don't see the other comment. I'm sorry, what did you say? Top set max 2 reset a day. Does that mean people Oh yes, baby, people are resetting a lot. And no, it ain't free. If I'm not mistaken, the reset costs just as much as the combine. And that's probably why they're combining it with 2 resets a day and 10 combines a month. Because if you only say, hey, you can only reset twice a day, then these same people will say, oh, well, fuck it, then I'll just go pay for a brand new account, which I don't know why people don't do because it's the same cost anyway. Um, and then guess what happens? Now they'll just buy 100 brand new accounts every month. But yeah, so I copy traded all, only used Apex once tonight for DCA. That was it for me. DCA. Oh, well, yeah, Bryce, if DCA is a lot of what you do, then yeah, don't trade with Apex. Trade somewhere where DCA is okay. And DCA is okay with Apex now, but you still have to be within the parameters of you cannot go down more than 30% of your P&L, and you also cannot break the 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But yes, I copy trade all. I only trade these 3 accounts. Occasionally, you'll see me add my personal account in there. There's like $130 in there. I just funded it with enough to be able to buy data because I wanted my own data and not the prop firm data. Just a personal preference. I feel like things run a lot smoother that way. But yeah, I'm always going to copy trade. The only thing you might ever see me do is trade in groups. Like at one point, one thing that I was thinking about, like, oh, have half of them start at 8:35 and the other half start at 9 o'clock. But at this point, I feel like by the time I pass my next eval and I am trading in a funded account, I'm going to be pretty confident in my strategy because it's taken me this damn long to put it together, that I don't mind risking all the accounts at once. However, another thing that you will 100% see me do is if there is a day where I have a lot of setups in a day and I'm winning, I am going to stop trading the Apex accounts because for me, until I unlock the unlimited payouts or whatever, the non-capped payouts, it makes no sense for me personally to go beyond whatever is the minimum I need to get the maximum payout amount. You get what I'm saying? So once I get to that point, sure, I continue trading, but what I'm going to do is inside of my risk manager, and I have this on my 1PA, but it's actually not on here right now. Um, But one thing that I am going to do is just put the daily target goal in there, and I'm going to make it like a little bit less than the 30% of whatever my profit target is. So if I, like, I'll tell you on my first payout, I'm only going to go as far as requesting the first $500 just to pay myself, right? Or I'm going to go $500 into the safety net, right? And so after that, then I'll just build up to whatever I need. Whatever I'm at 8 trading days, I am going to take that amount out, period. Absolutely, I am. Because the name of the game is paying yourself first, right? But I'll just always make sure that whatever my full target is, I'm going to keep the daily target a couple of dollars below that. That way, slippage can be accounted for. But I'm not going all out. The only company I would ever go all out on and just continue to trade the entire session, no matter how many setups I get, is Top Step, because the only thing I'm capped out is, the 50% of the profits, but that's kind of uncapped, and I'm not, the way that I trade and the way that I risk, I'm never going to make $10,000 in a week to be capped out at $5,000 for that account. You get what I'm saying? So it's the only thing that I'll do. Thought the resets would be cheap or free. Hell no, Amelia, these people are gamblers. Okay? You're so used to seeing all of us in here where we're great risk managers. Everybody ain't like that. Like I was just telling some people last night, like I felt so dirty when I was full porting my 25K account trying to fail it and then end up passing it. I was like, people actually trade with floor contracts. Like, just seeing that size, I was like, oh, this is a little crazy. Just a tad. Just a tad. But people actually trade that way. And they just they'll cancel, reset. I've seen people say that they've reset multiple times in a day, multiple accounts. And I'm just like, why? And I guess it's because my thought process, I don't understand full porting evals to get them to PA. I don't understand it. But, for some people, they just see it as, all right, well, if I buy 10 accounts at $30 a piece, that's 330 bucks. If I can just pass half of them and get to a payout, even if really I just pass one of them and get to a payout, I'm going to pay for all of those accounts. I don't think that way. I don't. I told y'all, it gives me anxiety seeing that I'm at 26 evals, even though now my number is only going up because I have Tradeovate accounts and they give you a brand new account number every month, when you purposely fail it to reset it or whatever. And that grinds my gears, because why you can't be like Rhythmic and just give me the same account? But anyway, yeah, there are people who are at 600 evals, over 1,000 evals, and I'm just like, no. Mm-mm. Guilty, but your logic is spot on. Sorry, Bryce. Gamble trading with major risk. Yeah, like the only thing that you are going to see, I will say this, and I even said this last night to the same people I was talking to about full porting. The only thing you're ever going to see from me, like, once these two accounts, probably just the two that I have right now, the only ones that I'm going to keep as far as evals go. Once they pass to PA and I get my first payout and I buy my next couple of accounts, like I'm not just going to load up on 10 accounts at that point. That ain't me. I can't do it. I might load up on 5 at a time. You're still going to see me trade the exact same way. Now, I probably won't risk just one contract per trade, because by then I should know my edge. I should feel pretty confident in my strategy. Have more than enough data to support, hey, it works in different market conditions and things like that. I still ain't gonna full port. Even knowing that, even knowing if I have a high, win rate, and I still can't full port. Now, you might see me trade like 3 or 4 contracts per trade. Absolutely, to try to get it done quicker, in half or a third of the time. But full porting, no. And if I do full port, because my win-loss ratio is high enough, because my edge is there, I would full port on my actual strategy before I ever full port just because news is out. That I ain't never doing. I can't. I can't. Yeah, exactly, Amelia. Exactly. But to consciously put 10 contracts in on a trade is insanity. It's insanity. Yes, I put a second T in there. I did because that's how insane it is. No, I can't. I just can't do it. Yeah, this market is so bad, and I'm so annoyed that I didn't realize that my only wins on this trade is when it attaches. I'm pretty sure if this VWAP was lower, this trade would have won. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. But it's all good. We got 30 minutes left, so let's see what happens. See, Amelia, I know. Thank you. Trenches think that I'm out here ignoring him. Baby, I don't see your question. I don't see it. Where is it? Right, Amelia, you was probably like, flatten, flatten, flatten. No, no, no. See? Oh, Janelle, you thought I just didn't speak when he said hello. Yeah, no, I did. From props compared to the money spent on evals. Ah, see, Janelle. And you know what? Nutty was talking about that the last couple of days. He said that from now on, I think he's gonna make a video update every month or something. I don't know. Basically, he wants to in 2025 be transparent about how much he's spending on evals and stuff. Because he said out of his 180 something $1,000 profits or payouts this year, that about 30 or 35,000 was spent on evals. Ugh, what? It hurts my heart. No. And he was just saying that he wishes that YouTubers were more transparent about that and did their due diligence when it comes to that. Oh yeah, shout out to Nutty because he's the reason why I got this little stuff above my head now. Um, but yeah, there is one YouTuber actually who was already doing that. He's not a big YouTuber, but I do watch him. And I have to go find his name. He trades with Top Step only, I'm pretty sure. What is his name? I don't follow that many people. It should be his name is Des Trades. And he has 1.4 thousand subscribers. He makes videos. I gotta see when's the last time he did it, but he definitely, here it goes. So on his recap, oh, I just realized he ain't done a recap in a minute. I kind of sometimes watch him from my other channel too. That's why some of the videos look like they haven't been watched. Um, but on his recap videos, there we go. Like, no, that's the payout one. Wherever the hell it just, oh, right here. When he does his monthly recaps, he has like a little a grid where he talks about how much he pulled out in payouts, and then he also shows how much he spent in combines and stuff like that. And that was something that I was gonna do. Like I already have when I get my first payout, I'm actually gonna talk about how much money I spent total since May of 2022 when I bought my very, very first combine in futures. I'm just gonna talk about how much I spent total. Um, because even after 2 years of, playing around, buying an account, not trading it for much stupid shit, even after all of that, once I get a payout on, I think, two accounts or get to two payouts, I should be net positive pretty quickly. But yeah. Good morning, Trading Ascension. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Not as he gaslighting us. Gotta be. Because, baby, where's your comment? This year, did you say total? I missed it. For me or him? for Nutty. Nutty said that he spent $35,000 total. I feel like this year. I ain't sure. Yeah, Janelle. I think that it would be good if people did that, but I don't think most people would do that. Now, for me, I wouldn't mind doing it though, because you're just gonna see that I don't spend that much. I think the last time when I calculated, and now it would be pretty much 2.5 years, I'm probably down like 4,500, maybe 5,000, maybe not much. And I don't even really want to count since May of 2022 because I really didn't take Apex serious and even really make full attempts until December of last year when I got on YouTube. And that was why I got on YouTube, was to hold myself accountable. So I shouldn't really count back to then, but I am. I will. Yeah, I feel like he said 35,000 for the entire year. I don't think that he said total, like since he started. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Had an okay morning. Thank you, Trading Ascension. Thank you, thank you. You're done for the day? Look, I'm about to be right behind you. I only got 20 minutes left. I stop at 10 o'clock. After 10, and I knew that today was going to be like this, honestly, because if I'm not mistaken, when I first got on the charts this morning, the total volume for the day was only maybe like 93,000. It was under 100,000, I know for sure. For sure. That ain't good. Like, I remember just, what was that? Around this time last month, actually, that volume by the time I got off at 10 o'clock was in the 300. I think one time it was like 450,000. That might have been on election day or the day after the election. But most of the days there was at least like 275 to 325,000 volume by 10 o'clock. So the fact that we are only at, oh, it's gone. Hold on. The fact that we're only at 160,000 right now, baby, where's the volume? Can you please return? Please. Please. But sometimes that's what happens when we've been reaching all-time highs and then the market sucks until it rebounds. Overnight was nothing. Usually it's 200 points high. Exactly. And that was the other thing. Like, there were some days in the last couple of months, a lot of days actually, where you could look at the overnight session and I mean, the market is just booming. Just straight moves up, straight moves down for hours. And then New York session happens and it's like, knock, knock, hello. Where did you go? Did you get shy? What's up? So yeah, the market is just kind of icky. I actually expected the market to be like this around Christmas. I didn't expect to be like this right now. But what can we do? We can only do and trade what the market gives us. That's it. That's all. But I mean, we've literally just been doing this literally all day. All freaking day. Matter of fact, is that the global one? Yeah. So this was market open and the change zone was around the same exact spot as where it is right now. It was just a little bit lower, right? And we barely traded out of it, came right back into it, attempted to push out. When we did this, you can see where my downtrend changed to an uptrend on the color of the bars. When we did this and rejected right at the level where it changed to an uptrend, I knew we were going to have a shitty day, because that was basically the first minor trend change of the session. Well, when I start at 8:35, anytime we do this, it's going to be shitty. And it just was since then. You can see change to a downtrend. We pushed out just a little bit. This was the trade I missed. This was the trade that I took that now I just don't think will ever happen again. And look what we've been doing since. So we basically changed to this downtrend at 8:51, almost an hour ago. and we've done nothing. We've done nothing. We're still here. It never really became a true downtrend because once we broke here, we never really had a pullback below it ever again. And that usually when that happens, I can almost guarantee you that we're going to trade back inside of the zone. Once that first reversal bar pushes back into the zone and we don't have like a pullback to trade below it, this is what happens every single time pretty much. And we just keep resisting here. So I can't even be mad. And the thing is, like, all week, my losses have literally just all been stuff where I have a rule defined. Well, some of them I don't have a rule defined. It's like, just take all of them for now because I can't, like, decide what the consistent volume and order flow combination pattern is. Some of the other ones were, well, you have a rule defined based on the limited stuff that you have, but it might not be something that's consistent long term. Like this trade here, I'm trying to trap the sellers. There's obviously way more seller volume in this swing down than this one. However, now that I look, this was the first loss, no matter the parameters, but the only setup where it has no losses is if it's attached to a level. There was no level attached here. So now I know. So I can't really be mad at this because it's not like I made a mistake. It's not like I missed a bunch of setups. This one I think is the only one that I missed, and that's just because of pure boredom. The market ain't been moving all morning. So how can I be mad? I did take this setup here. I had to break even at the middle VWAP level. It hit my break even and then dropped. What is this? I can't even see the number over there, but it dropped a lot. And yeah, we've just been shitty ever since. Only thing I can think of is possibly maybe having the ability to trade inside the zones a little bit more. I can trade inside the zones. It's just none of them were setting up. I don't take trades at the middle VWAP level anymore. So that really canceled out on most of the trades that happened inside of the change zone because everything was attached to the white line. There's nothing I could do. Am I in a trade? No. You'll always see if I'm in a trade. I'm very transparent. So you will see the orders pop up here, and then you'll also see everything moving up above my head. It'll show you right next to the X's, next to the account name, where it says position net, you'll see a big number 1 or 2 or whatever inside of there when I'm in a trade. I promise you will always see when I'm in a trade. Oh, Trenches, I can see you now. 35K investment to make. Yeah, Trading Ascension. He made 180, spent 35. So yeah, about 145 net. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not as like flipping homes at a mini small level. Oh, he's getting a payoff from Tradeify. Nice. Yeah, it's the thing is you can be net positive doing it, right? And from a financial aspect and from a numbers standpoint, the numbers are great, right? But for me mentally, it doesn't work for me because when I see someone have 600 evals, 150 PAs, I'm not saying this about them. If it was me, I would feel like I'm failing somewhere. Because what about my strategy or what about the way I'm trading is not working to the point where I needed that many evals, I needed that many PAs to get to this point. That's just my thought process because I'm a perfectionist. That's it. I don't blame anyone else for doing it, but that's just the way that I think. So it just doesn't work from my brain. That's all. And especially because the other way that I'm treating props as a way for me to fund my personal account, right? That is why I've used prop accounts in the process of me developing my strategy over the last year. Okay. for me, I don't want to be one of those people who's only profitable in prop accounts, because a lot of the ways that people are trading and the way that they're making money, they would not be profitable in a personal account, right? So if you're not using prop firms to, whether it's fund your life, fund your personal account, whatever, but to learn and get the experience needed to develop a true edge. Because what if the prop firm industry shuts down tomorrow? All that money that you made is great. Yeah. But now you can't take what you were doing over there in the prop industry and turn it into doing that in a personal account, because you never took the time to develop a true edge, to develop a true strategy, to perfect what you were doing, or at least attempt to. Because for most people, why spend all of that time journaling? Why spend all of that time back testing and studying and doing all of these things, going through tons of notebooks and everything else, when what's the point? I withdrew 50,000 this year. I withdrew 200,000. I withdrew 300,000. What's the point? Well, the point is, all this shit can shut down tomorrow. And then what are you going to do? Most people would be screwed. I don't want to be that person. I want anything that I'm doing to be able to translate into a personal account, but that's because I traded personal accounts for years before I even started a prop account. I mean, just yesterday I was showing you guys different trades that I was taking on my personal account 4 years ago. I was profitable intraday swing trading. I just got tired of sitting on the damn charts all day. So I said, all right, once I start taking props serious, I am going to figure out how to scalp for an hour and a half and get the hell on with my life, because I don't want it to be another job. Otherwise, I could just go back to being a nurse and get paid $45 an hour to practically do nothing. That's what I could do. But yeah, that's just me. Been short ES. Oh my God, you trade the ES? Bless your heart. We'll hold short for a trend down day. Less single prints. How long do you hold for? What's your typical like take profit on ES price? No doubt I could feel that. If you're spending countless money from failing evals alone, switch up the state. Yeah. And I get that people have, certain jobs where maybe they're getting paid enough where, hey, they don't really care. This is just dispensable money, but no. Exactly, Amelia. That we have the same thought process, but everybody doesn't have that thought process. For them, they think, well, I got this many payouts, I spent this much money, so I am winning and I am succeeding. Okay. All right. I don't see it that way, and probably never will, to be honest. Props and personal accounts are way different. Absolutely. Also put prop funds into my personal exactly trading ascension, and that's the way that you're supposed to do it. Because I had people, like, when I first got on YouTube, they're like, why are you wasting money on an eval? You could just sim trade. Well, for me, I don't sim trading, evals, PA, all live accounts with my personal, I treat all of it the same. I've literally never seen me go on tilt. Well, you're new here, but I've never been on tilt before, literally ever. And definitely won't in a prop account. It's probably because I lost enough real money over the 10 years of me trading off and on. I lost enough real money trading the real way than to sit here and lose some money because I'm mad because the market ain't working the way I want it to work. That ain't happening. Okay, it's just not happening. But the biggest thing for me was when I first started with prop accounts, I initially was just going to intraday swing trade like I was profitable doing for about 4 years straight. Dating back to 2 years ago was when I stopped. And of course we're going to have a damn breakout when it's almost time for me to be done. This market is shitty. 117, hold on. Don't want it to trap though, which is what it's gonna do. But anyway, because I was gonna intraday swing trade, it made more sense for me to trade in an eval than to trade with a sim account. simply because I needed to make sure that however I was trading actually works for, whatever trail and drawdown, daily loss limit, things like that. It just so happened that I just ended up deciding that I didn't want to trade that way and I just wanted to scalp. So at that point, I probably could have used sim accounts, but there was just so many times where I was like, oh, I'm pretty close to finalizing my strategy. And then it's like, why be in a sim account? Because if I can fix the strategy along the way and pass the evals and get to PAs and payouts, then why waste time in a sim account? But there's been a lot of times where I'm like, oh, my strategy is pretty much there. And then the market shows me, no, you're not quite. So I traded with no volume, no order flow initially, added volume about a month in, um, traded just volume, but I was very new to trading volume. So I did that for like 4 months, could not figure out a consistent pattern. And now that I'm back trading volume and order flow combined, I see I was looking at the wrong swings, comparing the volume of the wrong swings, basically. So then for a minute, I started trading order flow, but not really. I was just more so looking like, where's the point of control in the bar? Is it in the wick of the entry bar or the body of the entry bar? That's literally it. Did that for 2 months. Couldn't find anything consistent. Started incorporating order flow. Kind of got rid of some of the volume stuff and did that for 4 months. And I just felt like over time, as I was gathering more data each day, because part of the problem is I don't fully backtest because I'm too detailed and it takes way too long. Um, so after those couple of months, I was like, something's still just missing. So a month ago is when I was like, hey, let's go back to volume, still keep order flow, and like combine them because price action is fueled by volume. And if I can look at the price action, the patterns of the lower highs and higher lows and things like that, look at the volume that is creating these particular patterns, and then look at the order flow, maybe I could figure something out. And I can say that in the last month, I've had more green days. Most of my red days are either break even or like barely red. I think I've had maybe one like $300 or $400 red day per account, and that's pretty much it. Some of my like massive red days is because, oh, this account is about to renew, so I'm going to put 5 contracts per trade. I still count that in my P&L when I update the title of the video, but I would never trade that many accounts. You get what I'm saying? Or that many contracts. But I mean, it just takes time, right? I gave myself a year and I'm pretty much there. It's just unfortunately in the last like week, all week this week actually, none of the consistent patterns that happen every single day with the market structure and the order flow, they aren't setting up. They're just not. So it just kind of sucks. Now, Trenches, was that your real question or you asked me something else and you just posted that because I couldn't see it? But if you're asking me how I'm feeling based on what I was telling you guys earlier this week, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still not 100%. I probably won't be 100% for like another week. I'm not gonna lie. But, I'm just trying to push through a little bit. I'm wrong with the blush heart. For 90.89 on ES single prints from yesterday. Your market profile guide. I got you. Hey, Paul, how are you this morning? Oh, no, Trenches, for real. I thought I just answered it. I really just thought you was just like posting that to see if it was gonna come through. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I am feeling quite a bit better, but not 100%. I actually have been eating again now, so that probably helps. I'm not as jittery. I still have been dealing with a lot of anxiety, like especially when I wake up. I have a ton of anxiety. Going to sleep, I have a ton of anxiety. I have just these random, I wouldn't call them anxiety attacks because I've dealt with anxiety and panic attacks since I was a kid, and it's not that extreme. It's just like I could just be sitting here and it's just like this rush of uneasiness and anxiety just like takes over my body and my heart is pumping out of my chest, but I'm not like debilitated. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'm feeling better. Tomorrow's NFP, so market is expected to not. Yeah. Um, Liquid, thanks for reminding me because I definitely forgot about NFP. I really just look at the news on, I mean, I do at the beginning of the week. I will write out the news for the week, but then on a daily basis, I just look at what the news is for that day because it doesn't, what my goal is for no matter what news events are today, tomorrow, next week, whatever, I want to make sure that my strategy works no matter what, right? And so I don't want to get super caught up on what's upcoming and things like that. The only thing I care about is like if there's news today, like all right, if there's high impact news, I need to stop 7 minutes beforehand and restart 2 minutes after and things like that. But yeah, it definitely affects the market conditions for sure. But like choppier days like today, with my old strategies, I would be super negative right now. Like super. So the fact that I'm only down one trade and that one trade is like I think we can figure out that that particular pattern needs some kind of support of some kind of level. I'm okay with just being negative one trade. I'm okay with it because it's like, all right, in the future, if this same kind of market structure paints and that same one trade sets up, I'm just not going to take it. And I actually should be break even because I shouldn't have missed this looking at my phone because I was bored. So it's my fault. But I'm pretty sure though that's the only setup that I had. But I am glad that even though I look at Renko's, I'm able to identify when the market is choppy on the time-based charts because for a long time when I first got on YouTube, people swore up and down, it was just a few people swore up and down that I needed to look at time-based charts. I'm like, why? I could literally see the same exact thing on Renko's. And in actuality, I knew this consolidation was coming at 851. Actually, is before then. That's when we broke the zone, but I drew the zone somewhere back here. Like, yeah, pretty far back. So I saw it coming. And the only reason I saw it coming was just based off how we didn't really create the uptrend here. And then as soon as we hit the downtrend, we didn't really create a downtrend. And once we hit that previous zone and just bounced off of it, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. There's no volume here today. None. We haven't even hit 200,000 for the day. That is not good at all. Third of 91. We'll hold the two to market close. You hold trades that long? Oh my gosh. High of the day was the first hour, the half hour of the day. Yeah, it was. Unless something happens after 10 o'clock, but baby, I won't be here to see it. Maybe if I'm watching Nutty or Alpine or somebody who trades into the afternoon, but and that's another reason why I stop at 10 o'clock because the volume already, historically speaking, it starts to dry up after 10 o'clock. It might return sometime after lunch, but I don't want to watch that. I don't want to sit here and watch this in the first hour and a half and then watch this worse for the next 2-3 hours. Like, no. Bryce, what was your question about? Because the oh, no. If you're asking about my mood and my depression and anxiety and stuff, no, it has nothing to do with trading. No. It's just my mood was so off starting the week that I mean, I'm transparent. Hey guys, just so y'all know, I'm in a state of depression right now. So my mood is going to be off. I'm not going to have energy. I mean, I'll shut my camera off before I start crying on camera or anything like that. But I've been dealing with it since I was a kid. So I'm pretty high functioning for the most part. The most I do is probably not eat. But I mean, when I was a kid, my family didn't even know that I dealt with it because I was just so good at hiding it with sports and good grades and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bad thing, but I just hide it very well. Not do we know you? Well, hello, Applejacks. Good morning, girl. Not you got here with 30 seconds left. Knee deep in this work this week. Peace, y'all. Oh, not the market looks ass anyway. Bye, Applejacks. We miss you. It was the do we know for me. Amelia is on your head, baby. Don't play with her. Okay. All right, let me show y'all the accounts. Maybe we can get some movement tomorrow. Let's see. But here we are. Just down 370 for the day. Whatever. Took 2 trades, a loss, and the break even. Like I said, I think legitimately I only missed 1 trade, which would have made me break even for the day, but that's cool. Still gonna go into next week doubling contracts on the account that I'm doubling on right now. And actually, probably next week I'm gonna start, actually, probably starting tomorrow. Probably starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start doubling on the Apex account as well because both of them renew on the 15th. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. And then possibly by Wednesday, I might even up the contracts even more. We'll see, but I don't know. That's what it's gonna be for now. So yeah, I'm sorry that the market sucked and I couldn't provide you with more trades, but hey, I don't force anything, okay? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're continuing to trade in this chop, be safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.